My name is Linda Whittington, and I am an oil and gas producer in the state of Oklahoma. I really think it was the action of leadership, being a patrol leader, being the organizer that helped get things together for my troop, maybe being the shopping person when we were going camping. It was all those things that allowed me to become a great planner and critical thinker. I was really fortunate in the mid-1970s when the oil and gas business was going strong. I met a couple of guys that were starting a new business. They liked my personality and thought that I would do a great job, so they were willing to hire me, take a chance on me, but I, in return, had to make the effort. I had to come in early, I stayed late, I worked hard to learn everything I could learn. I really wanted to be my own boss. I felt like I was ready to be my own boss, and I felt like that I would be a great employer, that I would be a great boss, because I knew what to expect from people. And I think one of the most critical things to think about when you are starting your own business is, how can I give back to others while I'm at the same time doing something for myself? I absolutely made a business plan. That is a critical thing in any step as you move forward. And I think I can recommend one or two great classes for you to take when you're in college, it would always be a business class, because you can learn so many things. Setting up a pro forma, which outlines for you what you're going to spend, how you're going to spend your money, what your rate of return is going to be, how quickly you're going to be able to get your money back on your business, so that you learn all those ways. And sometimes it's a little innate, but at the same time you need the absolute training from a business class, so I encourage that. Initially, no. I had saved some money and worked out of my back pocket for a while until I was able to obtain enough oil and gas producing wells where I had some collateral. And then I had a way to go to the bank to buy even more production. So once I ended up with what I felt like was enough collateral, and not just my name, although your name is very important and your good name and your personal good credit is very important, it was important to have some collateral. I think, again, the business plan is absolutely critical in anything that you're going to do. The bank wants to see your business plan. The bank wants to know that you are confident about being able to pay back that loan, and they want to see on paper, in black and white, what your plan is to pay back the loan. And then they will work with you, usually, if you have the absolute positive nature and the stick-to-itiveness that they feel like they want to loan you the money. You know, I think it's one of the things that we talk about a lot, and I don't think it's the thing that always gets the best PR and the best press. To me, you have to treat people exactly like you would be treated, the golden rule that we've all learned. But I think it also comes with the kind of responses that you make. And I think good manners are sometimes often thrown out the window. I think it's the yes ma'am, the please, thank you, yes ma'am, no thank you. All those things are critical, I believe. I'm using the word critical a lot, but I think it's because critical is important, and I don't mean it in a negative sense, I mean it in a sense of urgency. But it's important that you be respectful of yourself and others, and that you show others that you have that same respect. Anymore, it's gotten to be a little bit different than it was initially, but what I spend so much time on now is on the phone. I am on the phone fielding questions, answering questions, making sure that things are working on my wells, making sure that the field man has everything organized for his day and is going out and taking care of things. And then I monitor the production. I monitor what's happening in the world, so I read newspapers. I read not only the local newspaper, but the Journal Record newspaper. I look at things happening in the Wall Street Journal. I read industry and trade publications so that I'm on top of what's happening in my business, because I'm the only one that's going to be able to make my business successful. And by staying on top of what's happening with the trends keeps me informed. You know, the thing I really enjoy is being my own boss, because I feel like I have something to offer and I have something positive to give back. But I also like the fact that I can control my budget, and I can do something to give back to my community, because I think it's so important that if you are a business owner, that you absolutely give back to your community. Well, as you can imagine, when you first start, there's a lot of sleepless nights. And I mean that literally. I know when I started my business, I would work sometimes until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, get back up and start back at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was a lot younger. Don't know that I could do it today, but it was critically important, again, critically important, that I be there, that I get the work done. I tried not to have a lot of employees at the beginning. I did everything myself so that I knew what every job was and what every job was that I needed, other than the field work. I obviously hired the field work out, but in the office. And then when I felt confident that everything was up and running, I would hire additional people within the office to come in and take care of those things. By that, I then knew what they should be doing on their job. And if you don't have a handle on it, how can you possibly manage anybody? I think college is critically important. I think it is one of the things that gets overlooked sometimes in thinking that we can just, kind of skate through life. But I do think college is important. I think the thing that's interesting about college is it's a great place to be able to kind of spread your wings, try things, test different things, see what classes are your best ones, see which ones you excel at, see which ones you have passion about. I also think it's important to be passionate about what it is that you're doing in your business. I think you have to love what it is that you're doing. And I think sometimes people go through 2 or 3 careers before they find what that passion is. So don't get discouraged, and always be positive and just keep trying to learn.